And I loved it. I love we take God's presence, God's love for granted, not because we want to, but simply because that is our nature. Familiarity, they say, breeds contempt, that we take things for granted. And I see this when I visit my home country of Malta. Now, I've just spent a couple of weeks in Malta and I loved it. I love every time I get to go there. But one of the things I notice whenever I'm there is that I'm often in awe at the beauty of Malta, at the cliffs, at the sea, at the buildings, and now the old buildings, more like the heritage and the historicity of Malta. It just blows me away. Now, I have lived in Australia for 16 years, and now when I go to Malta and I see all of these views and all of this scenery, I'm just driving my car thinking, wow, this is amazing. Wow, this is incredible. Look at that cloud. Look at the sky. Look at the sea, the blueness of the sea, because we don't get that here where I live in Australia. And my brother and my sister look at me and think, whoa, this guy's crazy. It's just the sea. It's just the cliffs. Now, not that they don't appreciate it, but they don't have the same awe that I do. Because I know what it's like not to have this stuff. And this is one of the things that I think with my relationship with God. Am I still in awe of God? It's not that I don't appreciate God, but am I still in wonder? When I spend time with God, am I still thinking, wow, God is so amazing. Wow, it is so incredible to be in your presence. Because God doesn't want us to stop being in wonder, in awe of Him. And how do we stop being in awe of God? It's when we stop praising, when we stop appreciating, we stop spending time with Him. This is why we need to make an effort, an extra effort, to deepen our relationship with God. Many of us have been praying for years, but we're still on the same level of wonder and awe that we've been for the last 10 years. Sometimes we need that extra push to grow in our awe of God. For example, and I know this is not possible for everyone, but to take a retreat, 2 days away with God. I know there are many organized retreats being organized all around the world, just to spend some time with God, because whenever I do that, I'm always in awe. I discover something new about God. And the only way we can be in awe of God is when we discover something new about God. The scriptures talk about God being on His throne and all the angels surrounding Him. And they're all singing, holy, holy, holy. Now, it's not that they repeat the same word 3 times. It's just that they are in so much awe of God, the angels, that when God moves His hand slightly, the angels are blown away and they cry out, holy. Then I imagine God moves His head to the left and they can't believe how awesome and how incredible God is, and they are pushed back by the glory of God and they go holy again. And then God moves again or smiles and they cannot believe the beauty and the wonder of God's smile and they go holy again. I want to be like the angels. I don't want to be like these people in the New Testament that took Jesus for granted because they saw Him every day. They saw the ordinariness of Him every day. Let us be in awe of God, awe of God's presence, but also awe of God in us. The first reading, and it talks about this. You see, before I formed you in your womb, I knew you. Before you came to birth, I consecrated you. God created us in His image, and we can discover the wonder and the awe of God when we spend time looking at the wonder and awe of what God created in us. Looking at your hands, your feet, looking at yourself in the mirror. And it's not about beauty and aesthetics, but it's about what God has done, what God has ordained, what God has anointed in you. So Lord Jesus, let me always be in awe of who you are. Let me never lose the wonder of you.